All right, time for another YouTube video. So we're going to talk about Raw, SmackDown 1000, which was an okay show, I guess. Wasn't great. All right, so Raw, what is viewership numbers? Anyway, so yeah, opening segment, Dogs of War came out, said some stuff. Dogs of War came out, said some stuff. Drew was saying how he's going to win the World Cup. Ziggler was saying how he's going to win the World Cup. Braun was saying how he's going to win the Universal title in Saudi Arabia, which apparently they're still planning on going. Vince still wants to go. Some of the talent doesn't want to. But apparently, yes, they're still planning on going, even though, the whole thing about the U.S. photographer and the murder and all of that. Vince still wants to go. So as of right now, they're still going. So either way, Seth Rollins wins by a count out because Dean interferes and Drew Ziggler interferes. So Seth does a curb stomp to Drew on the outside and gets back in the ring before the 10 count. So Seth is going to the World Cup, when Drew McIntyre is not. So basically, the Shield are backstage talking, and Dean's like, "Why are you calling me a lunatic? I'm not a lunatic." It's like, Dean, you are a lunatic. Don't be mad at Seth for calling you a lunatic. Brothers of Destruction cut a promo basically saying Undertaker basically says rest in peace, which is exactly the same thing he says on SmackDown. So I guess I'll try to blend the two of them together. Uh, women's match: Nia Jax, Ember Moon versus Dana Brooke and the returning Tamina. Nia Jax and Ember Moon win. Tamina gets a loss on her return match. Usually people don't lose on their return. Take Rey Mysterio, for example. He won his match against Shinsuke on SmackDown, and he's in the World Cup. So all Americans in the World Cup, except for Rey Mysterio, which is he was born in San Diego, but he is Hispanic. So there you go. Ronda and the Bellas. Ronda calls them "Do Nothing Bellas," which she said to TMZ, "Do nothing," the other B word. So Ronda basically says she's been knocking down doors in Strikeforce, Judo, UFC, here at home in WWE. Um, Bellas basically say, "We've been here forever." The longest reigning Divas champion. Nikki's like, "Oh, that means something." No, it doesn't. And then Bella's saying how they knock down doors as well, like with their reality shows. Ronda says, "The only door you knock down is the door to John Cena's bedroom, which he kicked you right out of." That got a pop from the crowd because, of course, it did. You're gonna mention John Cena and Nikki's relationship, you always get a pop. So then we get Ziggler and Ambrose. Ziggler wins because Seth tries to help Dean but ends up screwing him over. Finn versus Jinder. Finn wins because he's Finn. Duh. Bobby Lashley versus Tyler Breeze. Bobby Lashley wins. Getting over this new heel gimmick. We're getting Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor at some point. Lashley will probably win, which helps Lashley because beat the former Universal Champion. And, well, it also helped Lashley when he beat Roman Reigns, but 50-50 booking didn't help him at all because then he lost to Roman. Trish, Lita, Alexa, and Mickey James segment. Basically, they were paying tribute to when Allen Iverson was talking about practice. So, yay. Weird. AOP beat some jobber that was under the Conquistador mask. And then Kurt Angle comes out behind Baron Corbin and Angle slams him. And Kurt Angle's already in the World Cup, so Kurt and Baron will probably have a team versus team match at Survivor Series, I'm guessing. Natalya versus Ruby Riott. Ruby wins by DQ because the Riot Squad. Well, no, Natalya wins by DQ because the Riot Squad attacked Natalya. Then Sasha and Bayley fight them off. Probably get a 3-on-3 at Evolution. Apollo Crews confronts Elias, talking about how Elias's songs suck, and Elias sucks as a wrestler. So we'll probably get Apollo versus Elias, probably next week on Raw. Shield beat Strowman, Ziggler, and McIntyre. And that was the main event. So I talked a little bit about SmackDown already. Other things that happened on SmackDown: Evolution cuts a promo. Batista makes a joke about Ric Flair. Says Randy Orton's got more talent in his pinky than any of the guys that stepped to the ring. He says Triple H has done everything except beat me. Randy basically says you spent more time in a makeup chair than you do in the ring. The little digs by Randy Orton. Then other things we got: AJ and Daniel Bryan versus Usos. AJ and Daniel have a miscommunication. Usos win. We got a little cameo from the general managers. Yay. Cutting Edge with Becky and Charlotte. Edge is trying to tell Becky that she needs to stay friends with Charlotte even though she's champ, because like if you stay on this path that you're on, you'll be sitting at your home by yourself looking at all the titles you've won. And Becky's like, I don't like myself, I love myself, which got a pop from the crowd, and tells Edge not to hurt your neck when you're walking out. And then Charlotte and Becky beat each other up. And Rusev versus Miz, it was like 30 seconds. Miz wins by a roll up because Aiden English distracts him, which he missed his cue. But so Rusev was just standing there looking at the stage, like, is he coming out? Should I go attack Miz again? I don't know what to do. Aiden English finally comes out, and we'll get the trip, and then Miz wins, yada yada. What did they do with the women? Lana was the only woman on the show. Is that true? Who else was on the show? Lana and Paige. I think those are the only women on the show. And then tag title match. Big Show turns heel. The Bar win. Bar, new tag team champions. Big Show's, I guess, his 1,000th heel turn. I don't know. He's turned heel and face so many times. Anyway, so I'm going to do NXT UK, and regular NXT, and Lucha Underground. Then after I do all those, I'll do freaking the preview and predictions for Ultimate Lucha Quattro. So Lucha Underground's going to be last. I got to do 205 Live as well. I'll do NXT UK first because that was first over everything. Joe Coffey versus Mark Andrews. Joe Coffey wins via discus lariat. Mark Coffey comes in the ring, beats up Mark Andrews, and then Flash Morgan Webster comes out to make the save. So we'll probably get a 2-on-2 match with them at some point. Oh, wait. Was it Flash Morgan or was it Travis Banks that came out? No, yeah, it was. Okay, yeah. Flash Morgan Webster came out to make the save. NXT UK. Well, NXT UK. The Mustache Mountain, former NXT Tag Team Champions, come out, talk about how they want the NXT Tag titles, even though they're not a thing yet. I don't know why they're not. They should be a thing. They got revealed already. So basically, they come out and say if any NXT Tag Team wants to come out and challenge us, they can, which nobody did. It was just them saying that trying to hype it up, I guess. Dan Mastiff versus Sid Scala. Dan Mastiff wins. It was a showcase match for Dave Mastiff. So there you go. Tony Storm versus Nina Samuels. Tony Storm wins with a strong 0. Uh, Pete Dunne versus Noam Dar. Pete Dunne wins. Of course, we all know who Noam Dar is. Pete Dunne wins with the bitter end. And so, yeah, that was NXT UK. Not better than SmackDown 1000. But, better than SmackDown 1000 and better than Raw. That's what I'll say. But overall, not that great of a show, I guess. All right, regular NXT War Raiders versus Undisputed Era. Of course, Undisputed Era win because outside interference. In the War Games match, War Raiders, Pete Dunne, Ricochet versus Undisputed Era. All 4 of them because Bobby Fish is back. So there you go. So that'll be our War Games match. Shayna Baszler versus Britt Baker. Adam Cole's girlfriend. Britt Baker loses because Shayna Baszler hurts her too bad, so the ref has to stop the match. Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch versus Tyon Bing and Rocky. Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch win. This was a showcase match for them because it was their return. Nikki Cross versus Bianca Belair. This match didn't have an ending. Yeah, no contest. So another no contest between Bianca and Nikki. I don't know why they book these matches if they don't want either person to win. And then Aleister Black appears in the ring. Nikki Cross tells Aleister who attacked him, and we will find out next week who attacked Aleister Black because he was just mad at the end of the show. 205 Live. Whoops. There we go. So who drew Gulak fight? Recap. Oh yeah, right. Gulak versus Tozawa. Ends in a DQ because Jack Gallagher comes in and attacks Tozawa, and then Brian Kendrick comes to make the save. So Brian Kendrick and Tozawa have had storylines in the past, and they're not particularly friends, but I guess they're probably going to tag up to fight Gulak and Gallagher. Why Gallagher's still a face as opposed to siding with Brian Kendrick, I don't know. Gallagher works better as a face. Mike and Maria cut a selfie promo talking about how they are. It was nothing personal to attack Lince Dorado last week. It was just business. And Mike Kanellis says how he wants to win the Cruiserweight Championship. So Mike Kanellis versus Lince Dorado next week. Hideo cuts a promo talking about how Mustafa should have shown him respect, and now he's gonna beat him in their Falls Count Anywhere match next week. Tony Nese versus TJP versus Grand Metalik versus Leo Rush versus Cedric. Tony Nese pins Cedric again, actually. So he pinned Cedric twice. This match was good back and forth, a whole bunch of high spots and whatnot. All right, Mae Young Classic. So this is the episode where Nixon Newell, aka Tegan Knox, got her knee injury. First match was Lacey Lane versus Mako Satomura. Mako wins. Next match was Io Shirai versus Deonna Purrazzo. Io Shirai wins. And Toni Storm also won her match. And what is their semifinals now? Yeah. Tegan Knox got a knee injury in this match against Rhea Ripley, so Rhea wins by referee stoppage. Mia Yim versus Tony Nese. Mia Yim versus Toni Storm. Toni Storm wins, and Mia Yim, she already got signed by WWE, so they were just showing the video of it. All right. So, all in all, good shows, I guess. The Gift of the Gods Championship is back. We get a 7-way Aerostar, PJ Black, Hernandez, Big Bad Steve, King Cuerno, Jake Strong, Dante Fox. Jake Strong wins, and he says that he doesn't want anybody out of the match. He wants to beat them all. And then Cueto books him and Johnny Mundo as main event. Kill Shot versus the Mac ends in a DQ because Mil Muertes comes out and attacks the Mac. Son of Havoc tries to help, but he also gets beat up. Then we get a segment with Evilise and Exalicious coming out there looking for a new tag partner. And they call out Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara says that Famous B comes out there and says that Sammy's still under contract with him. Sammy does a toe pick on Hilo into Famous B. Puts a contract in the trash can, puts the trash can over Famous B's head, super kicks him, gets back in the ring, and raises Evilise and Exalicious' hand, signifying that he will be their tag partner. So we get Jake Strong versus Johnny Mundo. And the last match these two had was 8 months ago at 5-Star Wrestling. And before that was 8 years ago in WWE. So, yeah, this was better than their last match. Their 5-Star Wrestling match, and probably better than their WWE match, too. I haven't seen their WWE match in forever, so. And then after the match, Jake Strong is attacking him some more and then feeds him to the monster Matanza. And Taya comes out to make the save, but also gets hit with the Tour of the Island by the monster Matanza. Even though it's not called Tour of the Islands in Lucha Underground, it's called something else. But anyway, let me look up this match card. Oh, it doesn't even start yet. I don't know if they're going to announce any more matches. They already have. Well, they have 7 now, don't they? Anyway, I'll review the card as is. Mac versus Mil Muertes in a death match. I think Mil Muertes is going to win since death matches are kind of his thing. Dragon Azteca Jr. versus Phoenix, 2 out of 3 falls. Dragon Azteca will probably win, and Phoenix will probably go back to being good. Kill Shot versus Son of Havoc, Mask versus Mask. Son of Havoc could win, even though they're not we know what they both look like under the mask. They're not traditional luchadors, so we know what they look like. Marty the Moth versus Pentagon Dark in a Zero Miedo championship match, which is basically an I Quit match. Whoever loses has to say Zero Miedo, or that's the way to win the match, not whoever loses. Does that give the Gods championship match next week? There's this. Yeah, okay. So yeah, Gift of the Gods championship match next week, I guess. That's why there's only there shouldn't there be 7 matches on the card? There are 7 matches. I don't know what the other matches are. What is it? Oh, it's Taya and Ricky Mundo. That's a match. Taya would probably win that. Um Johnny Mundo versus Monster Matanza. Hmm, Johnny could win. And what was that? Was that 7? What's on here? 5? 2, 4, 8. I'm missing a match. When was it at? Yeah. Anyway, so that's everything. I don't know. You think I'd remember what all matches were on Ultimate Lucha Quattro, but I don't remember. I know 6 of them, obviously. What is the other match? I know there's 7 because it's a 2 hours because it's a 2 week thing. So anyway, see you guys next week. There is a week that I won't be doing YouTube videos at all. So that week isn't till 2 weeks from now. So yeah. So see you guys next week and then 2 weeks after the next video. So the next video that I do after next week will be somewhere between November 7th or 8th, I guess. So yeah, bye guys. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.